Shalom, friends. So I got a hold of Moses' staff for today. Here's a quote. And the man Moses was the most humble man on the face of the earth. Guess who said that? Moses said that. That's ironic. Doesn't sound so humble to me. But I think there's a key here to understanding that, which we can only understand when we talk about Jews and food. You see, Jews talk a whole year about matzah, but they eat challah throughout the year, except once. For one season, they're eating matzah. What does that symbolize? The core to humility is not to be anything less than completely bold, completely utilize the gifts that God gave you to face off the pharaohs of the world, to lead by personal example your people out of every Egypt, and to build a nation out of slaves. The key is to remember where those gifts come from, that those gifts are gifts from on high, that they come from God. But to live strong with those gifts that God gave you. That's why only once a year do we eat matzah. Matzah reminds us, that sense of humility, where we come from. Our gifts are from above. But throughout the year, we indulge in challah, that puffy, bold bread, which represents maximizing the potential that God gave you without hesitation, without stammering, and moving forward with that. And everything Moses knew, he learned from the mountain, Mount Sinai. Jewish tradition tells us God chose Mount Sinai because it was the most humble of all mountains on the planet. God, if you're looking for the most humble place, why don't you drain the swamp? Why don't you use some valley somewhere and give the Torah there? And the answer is God said, I want to give it in a humble place, but not a place that's devoid of value, of self-worth, of self-strength. A valley, it's too low for me. I need a mountain. A human being is a fortress. You're incredibly blessed with the gifts that God gave you. But always remember to be humble. Always remember to have a piece of matzah nearby. To remember that those gifts that you have are gifted from above. So Moses knew who he was. He knew his talents, he knew his potential, and he lived with them every single day. And yet, he never attributed it to himself. Shabbat Shalom.